Hey, good morning, Justin. How are you?
Oh, good morning, Thirsty. How you doing, my man?
Can't complain. We're going to have a quick abbreviated show because of another commitment I have later here this morning at 10:30. So we're going to bang this out. And anyway, we're real quick. Where can people find you on Twitter?
People can find me at JPF Scout on at Twitter, obviously twitter.com. That's basically the only social media stuff that I really mess around with. I don't do Facebook or Instagram or any of that.
All right. That's it. That's where most Dolphin fans seem to go the crazy is anyway. So that's
Right?
all good. So that works out perfect. Anyway, so let's talk about Tua real quick. So
Tua.
as fans, of course, we're Tua fans. You and I are Tua fans because he's on the team. But take yourself back before getting ready for the draft. Were you a Tua guy then as well?
um, when I first started the process of evaluating Tua Tagovailoa, the football player at Alabama, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna beat around the bush. I really wasn't a fan. I was like, oh no, I don't know about this kid. He's a little small. He's a little undersized. Oh, he's a lefty. Oh, I don't
Hey, I
like
don't
it.
knock those lefties. I'm a lefty.
I was like, those lefties are prone to accidents. You know what I'm saying? I'm just
Yeah,
kidding.
exactly.
But I there's a lot of what shall I say? A lot of things that were
Oh, I think I lost you, Justin. So anyway, here we're here talking all
going
things
against him
Dolphin.
from
I
the
think.
beginning. But
Oh,
time, I think
okay.
that's all right. I came back. I seen we went in and out, and then I came back. But it's
Yeah.
all good. Like I said, I'll go right back into where I was. But when I was looking at him at Alabama, one of the first things that really stood out to me about the prospect was his way that he would maneuver through the trash and the pocket. A lot of people would like to call it pocket presence. I like to call it pocket maneuverability. I just liked the way he did that. And then the more and more tape that I watched, I just kind of started gravitating toward the kid. I was like, damn, he's pretty good.
Yeah.
I don't think I gave him his fair shot when I first looked, but when you go back and you start to look deeper and deeper, you see that he's actually probably one of the better quarterback prospects coming out of that draft. Um, he could do everything. His high processing speed, not only his ability to maneuver through the pocket, but his high processing speed was something that was incredible to me. Then also the way he would put the footballs in like a really accurate spot. He's very good with that as well. So he's precision passing. That stood out. Then I looked at the weapons he had, and he was one of the best college quarterbacks in the game. And then you know what? Joe Burrow came out of nowhere that year, and I was like, "Oh my god, this guy is amazing!"
No, he
But I
did. He
mean,
had a record.
I've never seen that happen before in my life. But if you take the injury out of Tua's college career, he goes first in that draft, and you know what? We might not have Tua. We might not have got blessed by the football gods right there if that happened, because he probably goes number one, and maybe Burrow doesn't happen, and maybe we end up with Burrow and they get Tua, because I think
No,
he was the best quarterback coming out of that draft in my opinion, hands down.
okay.
I'm
So that's good.
I'm
So
a,
you've always been kind of a Tua
Yep.
guy. Yeah,
As
same
soon
here. And I
as soon
love
as we drafted him, Dan, I actually sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but as soon as we drafted him, I actually went out on a tweet and made a tweet. Like I'll probably find it in my bookmark somewhere someday when I think it's worthy of pulling up, but that he will be one of the best quarterbacks of all time, or has a chance to be one of the best quarterbacks to ever play this game. That's what I'm on record as saying.
Okay, hey, that'd be great. That's what I want, of course. I just
Same.
want the
Does
Dolphins. I just want the Dolphins to be good, and if he's at that level, that means the Dolphins are going to be good and relevant again for the next few years. So that's, I think, as Dolphin
Mhm.
fans, that's all we can want. So all the Tua, like people that don't like Tua, just get on board with the team. It's crazy that Dolphins Twitter goes so crazy fighting over the man between our own fan base. But like I say, you as fan has a right to root how you want, and if you didn't think Tua's
Yep.
a guy because of his injury or he's not as big as strong as you, that's fine. But once the Dolphins have him, he's wearing the aqua and orange, and you got a perfect example of your jersey today. You got like aqua and white. You got both
Right.
colors on.
we're
So
we're
it's
rocking
just
the split today.
yeah, I know. I like it, and I let
Thanks,
people
man.
know. Yeah, and if you want a jersey like that, reach out to Justin on Twitter, and
Yes,
he can
sir.
hook you up. But anyway, yeah. So it's just to me, it's just like let's all come together as a fan base, enjoy this wonderful ride we're going on, and it's been great so far this season, and I'm just looking forward to more, more steady ball. So that's why I'm
Right.
going to get into you now. So coming up, okay, obviously it's the bye week
Uh-huh.
this week. Then we got the Texans, and I know you and I both think the Texans should be a W. Even if the Dolphins don't bring their A game coming out of the bye, if they come out a little rusty, they should
Right.
be able to beat the Texans. And then we get into that tough stretch of games that we
Mm-hmm.
dove into a little bit yesterday. But so, what do you think? Though that 3-game road trip, not I shouldn't overlook them because it's going to bite me in the butt overlooking the Texans. But you and I are
Right.
fans, so we can we're not the coaches in the whatever. In the clubhouse, all they're doing is getting ready for the Texans.
Yeah.
Maybe if a little future eye on the 49ers, but they're mainly getting ready for the Texans. But what do you think going against the Niners? Are you a little concerned, or you think their strengths play well into our strengths? Like they're good at really running the football, and we seem to stop the run for the most part, other than running quarterbacks. So, do you think we're okay against the Niners?
First, just real quick, back onto the Tua thing. Just real quick, I had a little tidbit in my brain that I'll spray it out there real fast. And he had a lot of stuff going against him from the draft from the beginning. Usually, I took this into consideration with the draft process as well. But once you're hurt in high school, once you're hurt in college, you will be hurt in the NFL as well. That's just the way the statistics bailed. I didn't care. I really didn't care about that. I wanted to draft him anyway because I think it's that much of a hit. Do you see what I'm saying? So I was like, I don't care. I'll take the draft anyway over the injury. I'm going to take the gamble over that. Right. But like as you're talking about us looking forward, and as we're not coaches and we're not in the coaching staff, we're not players, so we have that luxury of putting on our thinking cap so we can like look forward and be like, well, let's see what's going to happen here. But I am that like one game at a time type of dude, just because I might have came out. We have the luxury of doing this here as talking heads, so it's really fun. And like you're right, definitely don't look past someone like the Texans. And the reason why is because historically we don't play that team good.
No, we don't.
We really don't. We historically don't. So if we come out there and just put a thumping on them, I'm like, wow, man. Wow.
Because last year it was one of the ugliest Dolphin games I've ever seen when we played the Texans. I know the Dolphins came out ahead, but oh my God, it was like almost like sleep-inducing performance.
It really is.
I'm like, man, why do I watch? It was like one of those games. Like, why do I watch this team?
Why do I watch this crap?
I know. So that's how it felt. And this year we haven't had many of those games. So yes, I'm still thinking of the Houston game, and for sure, if the Dolphins look ahead, they could be in for a rude awakening.
Right.
But I just think our talent is just so much more over their talent that we should be able to beat them.
Yeah.
So when I just look at that one stretch of games, it's coming up, and it's so tough. Dude. Because now the Packers are playing better ball, it looks like, too.
Yeah.
So, after the Texans, that's why Texans, I never like saying a must-win game until it's the playoffs or the playoff spots on the line.
Yep.
But the Texans it's definitely a definition of a must-win because of the stretch we're going to. If you drop the Texans game, you're going to be eating trouble the rest of the way, fighting and clawing just to get a spot. So you definitely got to beat the Texans.
Yeah, I agree. And right now, the way the AFC is set up, and even the AFC East, if you look at it, we don't have time to lose a game. You can't fall waiver to your competition right now. You can't play down to the competition. I remember I've seen a couple of people stating that too, like, hey, I hate how we play down to the competition. And like I said the same thing. We came out versus the Browns and we actually played our game, and that's the game we need to play every week.
Oh no, that was fun.
That was awesome.
That was the best game of the year as far as just no stress.
It was so good.
We've had a whole bunch of fun games. We end up like the Ravens game was a lot, but most of the game you're like, oh my God, they stink. Then you get nervous because they started coming back, and you figured there was going to be a way they're going to blow it. After the big comeback, then we won. Then of course the Lions, they got on us quick. And the Bears, was never, you felt like we were going to win the Bears game, but they just never died. They kept on coming back with going crazy. So to finally get into a game like Cleveland, where you can sit on your couch and say, man, they got this game under control. I don't have to scream and yell. It was great.
It was. And like you just brought up a good point right there. Like the Ravens got all over us. The Lions came and got in our ass real early. The Bears didn't want to die. that's the kind of thing that the Dolphins need to be expecting coming out with this Texans game. I mean, honestly, the Cleveland game, he got started off kind of the same way. Like, we got started off shaky real early. I'd like to see us get off to quicker starts. If they could get off to some quicker starts, I think they'll have a lot more success as well. And also, those of you who are watching, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you very much. And if you want to catch awesome articles and a great website, check out dolphinsthirsty.com. Thank you guys, every one of you. Yeah, no problem.
You're better at promotion. I always forget to
I'll forget too, dude. Trust me. I'll be like,
you're the man. So anyway, like I said, we're short on time today, so let's talk all Miami Dolphins again. So going into the Houston game, the key is just basically staying healthy, playing your good enough, consistent football, and getting in there. Hey, Bobby in the house.
Bobby. Good morning. Good morning to you. We hope you're feeling better, sir.
Yes, we do. And I don't know if your dad made it to South Florida. So
let's hope so.
I hope you did. I know you were going to be traveling, so I hope you had safe travels.
I hope so.
So,
but yeah,
Bobby, it's not as easy as you make it look. We're lucky we're learning here. I was like yesterday, I forgot to hit the live button. Me and Justin are talking, and they're like, "Oh shoot, I haven't hit the live button." Luckily, like I said, right now we don't have a lot of viewers, so I'm learning on the go, and it's a lot easier before I make a fool of myself in front of a whole bunch of people.
It's good practice.
But yeah, new respect to you, Bobby.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Honestly, man, when you look into this rest of the schedule that's ahead, like you were just talking about it, the Texans game is, it's something we got to be aware of and be ready. I mean, hell, we're not playing until the 27th of November. You're going to have, like we said yesterday, we're going to have turkey and all that. Oh, yeah, in the 305, he made it. He touched down.
See, now he can wear your hat in pride, man. He can wear
hell yeah. You got your 305 on right now, I bet.
So that's all cool.
Yeah, that's great, man. It's nice for him to get travel, get away,
And he won't be like having so much fun up in Disney. I was just hearing I was listening on the radio, and they were saying they're expecting record crowds in Disney. I'm like, well, I know Bobby's going to be part of that. And the following week, he's going to be part of that record crowd in Disney.
He's going to be pulling
it's the #1 travel destination.
Oh my God!
I don't know. I just heard that on the news.
You ever watch South Park?
No, I know about it, but no, I haven't.
There's this episode of South Park where Cartman ends up buying an amusement park, and he's like, "Right, lines, lines, lines." He hates lines. But yeah, damn, man. I mean, really, we got a lot to look forward to as Dolphins fans right now. We should be ecstatic. We should be happy. Oh, you know what, man? Let me take a pause out real quick to give a shout out to my boy who's trying to recover from a sickness, and he's been sick. I want to give a shout out to my boy Notorious JP. JP on Sports. Gino, man, we're thinking of you, bro. We love you. We want you to get back to health. Love to have you here on the morning show. I just want to give him a quick shout out. That's my dog. He's going through some stuff.
That's great. I saw you on Twitter shout him out yesterday. So
yeah, I didn't want to forget, and it just like hit my brain. I was like, oh, dude, better do it right now before you forget again.
Yeah. Hey, and for those of you watch on Twitter, try to come over to Facebook and YouTube so you can comment and we can shout you out. I don't see Twitter comments. You can't comment on Twitter, so
yeah,
I can't even give you guys kudos for being here. And if you comment and stuff, who knows? The next thing you know, you might be a guest on the show. So
yeah, you might.
Yeah,
that'd be awesome.
Just come on over to either Facebook or YouTube so I can see what you guys have to say. We talk everything Fins every day and take questions on the fly. So we love it.
Yeah, we love it.
So anyway, getting back in, like I said, today's a short, abbreviated show. So what was your record yesterday? I know we talked about it real quick.
My final record would be.
What you think? I mean, obviously,
yeah,
we don't know
my record prediction 13-4 is what I have us finishing out.
Okay, I was saying like 12-5, but I could definitely see the.
It's crazy because then like I was on ESPN the other day and I was looking at all the statistics, and like a month ago we were like really bad, real bad in a lot of stuff, and like they're starting to change that now. Like they're changing the rushing, The rushing starting to gain up just a little bit more. We're starting to get up there. I don't know if you noticed or not, but the PFF rankings for the offensive line, I think we cracked the top 10 just the other day.
Yeah, no, we did.
Yeah, so that's a big deal for me because we were the very dead last offensive line ranking last year. And I don't think people realize how big of a jump that is when you go from last to the top 10, you guys. This is
I know.
like
I would have been happy with middle of the pack.
same here.
I would have been like,
yeah,
I was just
man.
saying, with the weapons we have, if we can just get the offensive line to the middle of the pack, we're going to be good.
Like
I
before,
know. I mean,
yeah,
Joe Rose today was saying that it's like, he couldn't believe the offensive line has improved too.
Me
because
neither.
he's been for years saying, fix the offensive line, fix the offensive line. And they're like, Joe, that's boring to talk about draft. He goes, I don't care until we fix it. I don't care if we drop the lineman every pick.
That's right.
So it's like we got to hit eventually.
You have to, bro.
Yeah.
It's important.
So, yes, it is fun seeing that. And, they're giving Tua time. And, I mean, I know he gets rid of the ball quick anyway, and he has good pocket presence, but they are giving him that a little extra time. They're opening up. I know some people say Cleveland has a bad run defense, so I don't know how much of it played in because Cleveland has a good defense overall, but their run defense isn't the best. So I don't know if that was part of it and we see moving forward. But I think it's just getting established. Now you got a back end here that fits the system really well.
Yep.
And it's more of the smasher that, Bobby was always saying that he wanted the thumper. And, I didn't realize Jeff Wilson was that tough of a runner without having, I'd be honest, I didn't watch him much out in San Francisco other than maybe some playoff games that they were in or rooting against the 49ers the past couple of years because we had their number one draft pick. But, I didn't realize he's, a lot better than
advertised, right? Like I'll be honest, I knew all about Jeff Wilson. I know his game.
Oh, I know you did.
I knew his game would fit this offense and what we're trying to do because of the speed power combination. I was in a Spaces like a month or two ago with Dr. Brown, Reggie Brown. That's my boy right there. Shout out Reggie. We were talking about this and I was like, what do you think we need? Because I was like, because in my opinion, I think we need a speed power combination back. And he's like, dead on. Yes, that's what we need. And it's kind of funny because then we reached out and did that. So to me, I'm all for it, man. I think, like me and you were discussing right here before, like we were shooting the shit before we got on live air here.
Right.
I was like, man, I think we have all the right pieces in all the right places. It's really weird the way they got it sprinkled around the actual players and the coaching staff, because the coaching staff, like I said, on the defensive side, they got Boyer with his 3 rings and Madison with his 1, but the players for the most part have all that playoff and Super Bowl experience with, like I told you, Landon Roberts with his 2, Rowe with his 2, then Crossan has 1.
I know. I was surprised at Crossan when you told me that.
I know, right? I had a buddy, my buddy Jay, shout out Jalen McMillan. He was on the show Digging in the Trenches. He actually played football with Crossan. He was telling me they played a lot of football and where he grew up together. He knows him. It was really cool, man, to hear these stories. But on the go ahead.
I was going to say, and of course, Tyreek has winning experience on the offensive
That's
side.
what I was going to say. I was just going to jump over there. Like, Tyreek is the only one who has the offensive side Super Bowl experience. But the flip side of that is on the offensive coaching staff and the people on that side of the front office. They have all the Super Bowl experience. Like Darrell Bevel has a ring. Eric Stoodsville has a ring from the 50th Super Bowl in Denver, which they wouldn't have won that ring if the Dolphins wouldn't have beat the Patriots in New England to give them that home field advantage. The Broncos, they owe us half a ring. I always tell them.
That's what I was saying. That was one thing fun. That was what we used to as Dolphin fans have to get our little happy off. Now we're going to actually earn our own stuff.
Let's earn our own.
Have like little small victories like that in the past.
Exactly,
like,
bro.
New England this year, or we beat some playoff team this.
Don't you hate that?
I know, and that's it. And then that's all you have. And then the rest of the playoff, you just root maybe against a certain team.
I know, that's terrible, man. I hated the Miami Miracle, bro. I know it was a great play and everybody was like loved it because we came back
after it.
But dude, they won the Super Bowl that year. I was like, dude, I don't even want to watch the play again. Like honestly, because it chaps my heart.
I agree.
Like I want to win Super Bowls around here. I don't know about you guys, but I want to win and I want to win consistently. And I'll be honest with you guys, man, we're on the right path right now. I've never felt so good as a Dolphins fan. The roster is looks great. Like, I have a feeling in my heart and in my soul that we could like throw someone in off the street and the system's going to just work for us because the coaching staff is that much put
Yeah.
together than the one we had previously. I
No,
mean,
I agree so
you know,
much.
I feel
It's just
confident.
nice having the the better coaching staff.
It
I admit though, I
is.
bought all into Adam Gase that first year that
So did I.
he got us to the playoffs. So that's what I'm
Yep.
saying. I'm still going to let time, but it does feel different. But I know I probably said that before when Adam Gase was there. Oh, he's young. He got this team going.
I did too.
He's working with Tannehill, and Tannehill got hurt that year, of course, and then
Yeah.
we went banged up into that Pittsburgh playoff game, and then we just got blown out after beating Pittsburgh down here pretty easily, and then
Yep.
it's just like we got blown out because we were hurting by time. But yeah, and then after that, that was it. That was like his one and done with Adam Gase. After that, we never got back to the playoffs, and it was just so hopefully McDaniel, changes that because, like I say, I'm with you. I'm 100% on the McDaniel, plane, train, ship, whatever you want to vessel you want to be on. That's what I'm with McDaniel 100%. So I'm like you. I just think it's a good feeling around here. Just watching them interact. That Tua and him hanging out on the sideline when you saw the game was obviously
it's awesome, bro.
Because you're not talking like that if the game isn't in control at that point.
Sure.
So obviously they were in control. So I just thought that was like great stuff.
Yeah. I want to give my flowers out to Marvin Allen also and Reggie McKenzie if I didn't mention them. Oh, Colorado Explorer, man. What's up, buddy? My bud. How's it going?
Yeah, I had a feeling because I know he's out there in Colorado with you. So
yeah, I think that's my buddy Kevin right there. I think that's him.
That's cool. Well, thank you for joining. Then
thank you, Kevin.
That is awesome.
Yeah, I love those guys, man. They're awesome. We actually have Dolphins fans here in Colorado. You might not think it, or in Colorado Springs as well. You might not think it, but they're here, man. Like Dolphins fans will be coming out of the woodwork now. But to get into a little something you were just talking about, how like that Pittsburgh, that year when we beat Pittsburgh and then we went there and, we got our butts kicked in the playoffs. It's really funny how the NFL works. Like even the terminology in the NFL is like almost the same all the way around. Like blue, 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 that means left, left, left. Red, 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 that means right, right, right. You see what I'm saying? Like all of it's got the same terminology. But it's crazy. It's just crazy to me, like last year, especially, I just remember this. It hits my mind. Like, I don't know why, but it does. But the 49ers like had the Rams number. Like I think they beat them twice last year in the regular season. And then they went into the playoffs and got their butts kicked and got lost. See, this is what I'm trying to talk about is like things can change and flip-flop once you get into the playoffs. And like what we want to do by not allowing that to happen to us is maintain that same identity that we have now. And I don't think we have that identity built yet on defense, but I think we're getting there. We know what our offense is. But once we get like playing that complimentary ball we played in the Browns and we can do that, and repeat that process and start winning like that, we're going to be the team to beat. But man, I
know it's crazy. And then to think what you just said, the offense, it's just, hold on one second.
Oh, you're fine, man.
But anyway, we're going to have to wrap up. It's almost my time to
Oh, we can wrap it up.
Yeah, what you're saying real quick was just, and then we'll wrap on that. It's just like past couple of years, it's like, well, our defense has an identity and we're an aggressive style defense and we're this and that, but our offense needs a lot of work. So just the fact that we flipped the script and now we're talking about the offense.
No,
all in 1 year is just, I know Tyreek Hill's a big part of it. The new offensive coaching staff's a big part of it. Tua's emergence into the, his great play that he's shown us so far this year when he's healthy is a big part of it. But it's just like so quick. It shows that something can come together. So all these things when you hear, it takes years, a 5-year, there's no more 5-year process in the NFL. You're not, coaching staff's going to make it 5 years if you're not winning. So it's just like, you got to come in and you got to be able to win now, or you're not going to.
That's right.
You're not going to be here for long. And I mean, look at Peterson and the Eagles. He went to Super Bowl a couple shady years, and he's gone already. It used to be like once you won a Super Bowl in a city, you're the toast of the town for years to come, and don't kind of live. Nowadays, it's like forget it. They got rid of him like a bad habit.
They sure did. Crazy. Like the way that the coaching staff can get these guys to play for them, I think is unreal. Like you heard it during the press conference when they were in the locker room. He's like, the way you guys empty the tank right there, because they're getting ready to go into the bye.
Yep.
I mean, I expect nothing but the less when you empty the tank like that. And you know what's really exciting is they empty the tank knowing they're going into the bye, and look what you got. Look what the result is of emptying the tank. And I've heard that the coaching staff is actually pressing themselves when like if somebody gets tired, they're like, just press yourself a little bit more and go that extra length so they can get as most they can out of the player. But man, you can take, I know you got to take off and you
got to go.
Yep,
I know.
you can take off, bro. No worries,
I'm
man.
sorry, I'm running late.
Oh,
there.
dude, don't apologize.
But now my dog, he's telling me I got to go.
You're good, bro. We'll take off and we'll see you tomorrow morning.
All right.
I love that shirt, dude. I like that shirt.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, man, that's dope.
Thank you, Justin.
Oh, thank you.
Fans for joining in, and we'll be here tomorrow, and we'll have more time to talk.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
All right. Love you guys. Fins up,
everyone. Thank you.
Thank you.